प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. We were studying the first chapter of the Bhagavadgita. We were going through the utterances of Arjuna, who expressed his inability to fight, and his own kith and kin relatives, the fathers, the sons, the friends in the opposite army, and he becomes very much remorse. He was filled with the sorrow. He says, my organs are burning. I am not able to stand. The whole body is in horripilation. And I am not even able to hold even the Gandhiva, my bow. My skin is burning and my mind is whirling. I am seeing the bad omens and I don't see any good in fighting this war because I had to kill my own relatives and my own people. And I don't want even the kingdom through which I can get through this war. I don't want this kingdom, I don't want the pleasure one get out of this kingdom. And he asked the Lord Krishna, Kimno Rajyena Govinda Kim Bhogair Jivitena Va. What is the use of this kingdom? What is the use of this bhoga or the pleasure? What is the use of even this life itself? And because the reason the Arjuna is giving is for whom he wants this Rajya and Bhoga and Sukha. The kingdom, the pleasures and the happiness or the enjoyment which comes out of them are all for the sake of one's own relatives. I will be able to enjoy it only when the relatives are around. If I kill my own relatives, how I will be able to enjoy the kingdom? Because the very same people with whom I had to enjoy the kingdom, they are in front of me and I had to kill them, and what is the use of getting the kingdom of that type? Therefore, the conclusion he makes is, I don't want to kill them at all. Etanna hantu michhami. Even if I am killed, Gnatopi Madhusudana. I don't want to kill my own people even for the sake of 3 words. If somebody offers me even the 3 words, I don't want to kill my own relatives, friends and others. And what to speak of this ordinary kingdom? And another argument he puts forward is, and nothing good will come out if I kill my relatives who are the sons of the Dhritarashtra. Nihatya dhatra rashtrat naha ka priti sya janardana. I will only accrue the sin, and by killing these murderous villains, atatayin. Therefore, in conclusion to this argument, Arjuna says in the 37th shloka of the first chapter, Tasman narha vayam hantum dhatra rashtran swabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinaha syama madhava. Therefore, I do not want to kill these my own relatives who are the sons of the Dhritarashtra. It is not befitting for us to kill them. Tasman narha vayam hantum. Because by killing our own people, how can he hope to live a happy life, even if we can get kingdom and the pleasures, etc. So we have to start in this class from the 38th shloka. In detail we will go through. There are another 9 shlokas left here in this chapter. We hope to finish the first chapter today itself. Yadyapyete na pashyanti lobopahata chetasaha kulakshaya krutam dosham mitradrohe cha patakam katham na jneyamasmabihi पापादस्मान् निवर्तितुं कुलक्षय कृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिः जनार्दन. The tradition says we have to read the verse number 38 and 39 together because there is connection. There is invariable connection between the verse number 38 and the 39. The question may be posed to Arjuna. You see, you don't want to kill the people whom you say they are all your relatives. But there is an urge in the enemies, your enemies, the Dhritarashtra's sons, Duryodhana, etc. are your enemies. They are ready to kill your family. They are ready to inflict any kind of injury upon you. How they can get that urge to kill? That you don't have. You don't have any intention to kill. You don't have any urge to kill the enemies. But the enemies have the urge to kill you. How it is possible for them to be ready to kill and you and other your brothers and the people belonging to your army? So the Arjuna says, because they are na pashyanti, they don't see. They show what they don't see the sin involved in the battle. Patakam na pashyanti. So this is how we have to understand the shloka. Because all the verses are in the poetic form and we have to read them in the prose form. And how to read it? Na patakam te na pashyanti. It is a great sin to kill others. It is a defect. It is an evil. They don't see. That is, Dhritarashtra, the sons of the Dhritarashtra won't see at all. Because Arjuna gives 3 reasons. Lobhopahata chetasaha, apahata chetasaha. Their minds have been carried away by the lobha, the greed for the kingdom. And also, they don't see the dosha, kulakraya dosham na pashyanti. They don't see the defect in kshaya, the destruction of the families themselves. See, the war is not just a standalone occurrence or the incident. If one war happens, there will be death of hundreds of people and there will be social problem and hundreds of people, hundreds of families will be destroyed. That is what is called kulakshaya. Not only the people involved and those who kill in the battle are responsible for the killing of the individuals, they are destroying the social fabric itself. That is what is called the kulakshaya. So there are dosha. What kind of dosha? Kulakshaya krutam dosha. That they won't see at all. And also they won't see the pataka, sin involving mitra drohe, the droha, the evil committed to the very mitra, the friends, because it is a war, it is a very strange war, the war being fought between friends, war being fought between the relatives. They don't see that pataka in the persecution of the friends itself. So we have to understand this, why they are committing such crimes. Your enemies are ready to commit crimes, but you are not ready to kill them. What is the reason? The Arjuna himself gives the reason, because they are inflicted, they are endowed with what you call the greediness for the kingdom, the greediness for the temporal pleasures of the world, and that is one of the reasons. The second reason is dosham na pashyanti. They don't see the defect. What kind of dosha it is? Kulakshaya kruta dosham. And through the war, the whole system, social fabric, society will be destroyed. The society will be under pressure, because the several thousands of people will die and their families will have no husbands, and there will be chaotic condition in the society. That is what is called the kulakshaya, and those who are involved in the war are directly responsible for it. That is the second dosha, second defect. And the third defect being mitra drohe cha patakam na pashyanti. They don't see the injury or the persecution or the killing of their own friends. It's a great defect. It is something which will take us to Naraka. It's a great sin. They don't see that. Why they don't see that? Once again, because they are filled with hatred, and also they are inflicted with greediness. It's a great lesson for us. When we are full of greediness, we become corrupt. That is what we see in the present society today. We don't see the welfare of our own kith and kin, our own relatives, our family members. When the greediness enters into our mind, we don't give importance to even the blood relations. And father is ready to put a case against the son, and son goes against the father because of the greediness for the money, the wealth, the temporal pleasures of this world. Ultimately, nobody can be happy by enjoying those temporal pleasures. The greediness will make our life miserable. This is a great lesson we have to learn from this shloka. Since it is so, Yadyapi indicates, since it is so, because of this is how we have to connect to the next sutra. Since it is so, katham na jneyam asmabihi. So we can see the dosha. These three doshas, or two doshas, you can say. One is the kulakshaya krutam dosha, and also the mitra drohe cha patakam. These are the two defects. They don't see, the enemies don't see, because they are inflicted with the greediness, but we are able to see. Dosham prapashyadbihi. What kind of dosha? Kulakshaya kruta dosha. The family destruction, the destruction, social fabric is very much tampered, and this kind of dosha we are seeing. We are aware of it. They are not aware of it. They are ignorant people. We are wise people. They are avivekis. We are vivekis. They are not spiritual people. They are not even ethical people. But we are ethically sound. We are Pandavas. We are able to see what is going to happen, what catastrophe is going to happen after the war. So, we should be able to refrain from this papa. Papa dasma nivarthitum. So we should be able to do it. We should move away. We should refrain from. We should not wage this kind of war because it is papa. It is nothing but papa. Papa means sin. So it is very interesting to note that Arjuna doesn't make any difference between committing a serious crime and waging this war. Because they don't see it, it is not that we should not see it. Because we are more intelligent and we are ethical and we are spiritual compared to our enemies. Katham na jneyam asmabihi? Are we not aware of this fact? Are we not aware of this fact that war is going to bring about destruction of families and lot of problems will occur in society? Therefore, it is a papa, it is a sin. So we should be refrained from that. So this is the meaning we get out of the sutra, shloka number 38 and the 39. As I told you, these two shlokas are to be read together to make a complete meaning. So we shall go to the next shloka now. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kuladharmaha sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam krishnam adharmo bhi bhavatyuta adharmaha abhibhavati uta. So how to study the Gita? In the earlier classes, I think I have told you already, first we have to read the shloka without any mistakes. One should learn to chant the Gita shlokas properly under proper guidance. This is very important. The second step being, we should be able to split the words. For example, I read the shloka now. I will split the words. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kuladharmaha sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam krishnam adharmaha abhibhavati uta. This is how we have to be able to split the words to make a meaning out of the shloka. Then the proper method is to read it in the prose order. In every book, in every Gita book, popular Gita books, you will see the prose order is given. And what is the prose order? Kulakshaye sanatanaha kuladharmaha pranashyanti. This is the first sentence. That is, you will come across in the first line itself. Kuladharmaha. What is the Kuladharma? So we have already discussed this, I think. Kuladharma and the Jati Dharma. These are all the two kinds of dharma as mentioned in the by Arjuna. So when the Kula itself is destroyed, the families are destroyed, communities are destroyed, there will be no people, no male members of the society left to perform yajna and yaga. That is what is called the pranashyanti, the destruction of the Kula Dharma. When there are no people to perform the yajna yaga, so we should understand here what is meant by dharma according to the then prevalent karma kanda. So when this Gita was written, yajna yagas are considered to be dharma predominantly. So we come across the a definition of dharma in the karma kanda or the section of the Veda, rather in the Dharma Jijnasa it is called Jaimini Sutras. According to Jaimini Sutras, the yajna yagas prescribed by the Vedas is what is called dharma. The rituals and also ceremonies are all have to be conducted or performed very regularly and without any mistake. That is what is called dharma. Yagadireva dharmaha. This is one of the definition of the dharma. The Arjuna's argument is, when the families are destroyed, the communities are destroyed, there will be no male members left to perform the yajna and yaga. And that is what is called here kula dharmaha pranashyanti. The dharmas, rites and the rituals one has to perform in family or will get destroyed, will get discontinued. And such rites and rituals are eternal in nature. Why it is eternal? Because they are prescribed by eternal Veda. The Veda is eternal. The eternal Veda prescribe these rites and rituals, and therefore this kind of dharma, this kind of conduct is also eternal. So by the destruction of the communities and the families, and these observances will get discontinued, and that is a great defect according to Arjuna. Then what happens if the dharma is lost? Second line we have to read. Dharme nashte kulam krishnam adharmaha abhibhavatyuta. This is a separate sentence altogether. So we shall try to understand by putting it in the prose order. Krishnam dharme nashte krishnam kulam adharmaha abhibhavati. This is how we have to read. Because we are all the serious readers of the Bhagavadgita, this is how we have to try to attempt understanding the text of the Bhagavadgita. Dharme nashte. So how the dharma get destroyed? How the dharma get destroyed when the observances pertaining to dharma prescribed by the Vedas are discontinued, no longer in practice. That is what is meant by dharma nashta. When dharma is destroyed or dharma is decayed, what happens? Adharma. So it is the opposite of dharma. Non-observances of rites and the rituals is called adharma. The observances and the proper conduct of the rites and observances and proper conduct, ethical laws, make what is called the dharma. When dharma is nashta, when it becomes decayed, when it is no longer in practice, perishes, then naturally adharma overcomes. Adharma simply overcomes or sways over the krishnam in entirety. Adharmaha abhibhavati. The lawlessness overcomes the dharma. And that's what Krishna says in the Gita. When dharma perishes, when adharma becomes overpowers the dharma, I will take the birth. This is what he says. This is what is going to happen if there is a battle between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Krishna means in entirety. Entire communities will become lawless. Entire families, hundreds of families will become corrupt. This is what Arjuna is suggesting. So, now next few verses, what we have is hetu madbhava. This is a technical idea I would like to explain to you. The earlier shloka, there is a statement, and what is the reason for it? The next shloka will tell you. For example, Arjuna says there will be kulakshaya, the destruction of the families, destruction of the communities. And what will happen after the kulakshaya? What will happen after the destruction of the families? That is given in the next shloka. Kulakshaye, when it happens. So the earlier shloka is the reason, cause, and in the next shloka you will find the effect. The cause and effect that you will find in the next few, that is described in the next few shlokas. The cause is kulakshaya, the destruction of the families or the destruction of the communities. And what is the effect? Kula dharmaha sanatanaha pranashyanti. The whole dharma, which is eternal, also perishes. And what will become the entire dharma perishes? adharma will overcome the entire system of the dharma, and there will be no one left in the community to perform the yajna and yaga, which is at that time formed what is called the dharma. So this is how we have to understand by considering a close connection between the previous verse and the next verse. Now, what will happen when adharma overcomes the dharma? That is the subject of the next verse. I think I was able to make a meaning out of it. I am able to make you understand this. This is how Kulakshaya, from Kulakshaya, all the Kula dharmas are destroyed. From the Kula dharma's destruction, adharma overcomes the dharma. This is what we have studied so far. Then what happens? Adharma vibhavat Krishna pradushyanti kulastriyaha trishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varnasankaraha. So once again we will try to understand through prose order. What is the prose order? O Krishna, Arjuna is addressing the Lord as the O Krishna. Adharma vibhavat kulastriyaha pradushyanti. This is the first idea. When the adharma becomes strong, adharma becomes prevalent. Here, one author translates adharma as the lawlessness. This is a very good translation. Adharma, the word has got several annotations, several meaning. Here it should be understood as lawlessness. Here dharma means the law. Adharma means the lawlessness. So if a society follows the law, customs, that is called the dharma. If society doesn't follow it and society decays, that is what is called adharma here. When there is a prevalence, when there is a oversway of the adharma compared to the dharma, kulastriyaha pradushyanti. Kulastriyaha means the trees, the women of the family, they also get corrupted. It is a great defect according to Arjuna. So, before commenting on this kind of idea, we had to remember these ideas or these systems were prevalent around 3000 years back. We have to see the context of it, because they were afraid when there is a family decay, destruction of family, when there is a decay in law, decay in the very society itself, the result will be corruption of these trees, corruption of the women, because the women were considered as the custodians of the law. They were considered as the pure, and they were supposed to be abiding in through the law. All this will get shattered when the society system get destroyed. So when the adharma takes way over the dharma, kulastriyaha, the family women get corrupted. Kulastriyaha pradushyanti. Then what happens? Trishu dushtasu. When the women gets corrupt, varna sankaraha jayate. So it is a very contentious issue. It is very difficult to understand this concept. Sankara means intermingling, mixing up. Varna means these four communities, four broad divisions of the society: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra. So they felt in those days the Varna Sankara should not happen, and that is what is called adharma. So there are two kinds of dharma we should understand. One type of dharma is something common to all the ages. Suppose if I say don't injure anyone, ahimsa paramo dharmaha, this is the eternal law one should follow in all times. But these ideas, Varna, Sankara, etc., we should understand in the context of the time when Mahabharata was written. thousands of years back. They were afraid that women get corrupted, and through the corruption of the women, there will be intermingling of the classes. It is also called in English promiscuity, that I am not going to discuss much about it. So this is the result of the corruption of the women. So we shall once again have a relook about the sequence. Battle will lead to the destruction of the families, and the destruction of the families will lead to the destruction or the discontinuance of the eternal system of dharma involving observances and rites, and the adharma, the vice, the lawlessness will take over. When there is lawlessness, we will have corruption among women also, who are supposed to be very pure and very law-abiding citizens of the society. When the women get corrupted, there will be intermingling or the mixture of the classes, which was considered as a great defect at those times, thousands of years ago in Indian society. Then what is the result of the Varna Sankara? So we have here in 42nd Shlo Sutra, Sankaro narakayaiva kulagnanam kulasya cha patante pitaro hesham lupta pindodaka kriyaha. Sankara here means Varna Sankara. So in this shloka number 41, it is mentioned Varna Sankara. Same has to be understood here also. What will happen when there is an intermixture, the mixture of the classes, when there is a promiscuity, what will happen? Kulagnanam kulasya cha narakayaiva. Those who commit this crime, who are the cause for this intermingling of classes, will go to eternal hell. Narakayaiva. And also the whole communities, including women who got corrupt, will also have to go to the Naraka. So what is Naraka here? Naraka means a decay ethically and spiritually. That is what is called Naraka here. We do not know whether there is a Naraka after the death or not. Of course, there is a belief that there is a Naraka for those who commit sin, and there is Swarga for those who are virtuous and those who have merit or the Punya. So Punya will lead to Swarga and Papa will lead to Naraka. This is the belief. But sociologically we have to understand there will be degradation, total degradation in the society and also the individual life. That will be the cause, that will be the war causes that. That will be the effect of the terrible war which we are trying to fight in this Dharma Kshetra, that is Kurukshetra. That is the idea. So Kulagnana means those who are responsible. Those who are responsible for this catastrophe. That means we. And we will also go to the hell, and also the very communities, the women and those and the whole family members, those who become corrupt, they all go to the hell. That is the result of the Varna Sankara. So this is the meaning of the first line. Sankaro narakayaiva kulagnanam kulasya cha. Not only that, patante pitaraha. We have to understand, Shraddha is a ceremony. It is a dharmic ceremony through which it is said the fathers in a Pitruloka, they had to be offered water and the rice balls in the Shraddha family. When there are no people left in this community, because everybody has died, thousands have died, and there is nobody to do Shraddha karma, then what will happen to the fathers, the Pitara, those who are in the Pitruloka? They will be deprived of the Pinda and Udaka. Why it is Pinda? The rice ball. Udaka means water. These are the two main ingredients used in the Shraddha karma. So we offer rice balls and also we offer the sanctified water to the Pitrus, that is their food. And that means the dharma of the sons and grandsons will keep the fathers in the Pitraloka in their position. Otherwise, they also will go to hell. These are all the reasons. It has no basis at all. This is what Arjuna says. Patanti. Patanti means they fell. Where they fell? Falling is always to Naraka. Going up is to Swarga. If you say they ascend, ascension means to Swarga, descension means to Naraka. Patanti pitaraha. The fathers in the Pitraloka, why they have to fall into the hell, Naraka? Because they will be deprived of the Kriya. What Kriya? Shraddha the Kriya or the Dharma. Dharma, as I have already told you, the observances are to be considered in this context as the Dharma. Observances, rites like the Upanayana and Samskaras and the Shraddha are all Dharmas here. Those Kriyas, Lupta Kriya, there will be no Kriya at all. Then what happens? There will be no Pinda and Udaka for the fathers. And the result is they also fall into the hell. This is the idea. Patanti purata pitaraha hi esham lupta pinda udaka. Not only the culprits who commit this great crime of destroying the social fabric, and also the whole community members, family members go to the hell, and their forefathers who are in Pitraloka, they also will go to the hell, deprived of the rice ball and the water the one should offer in the time of Tishraddha. This is the meaning. Then what happens? Doshaihi etaihi kulagnanam varna sankara karakaihi utsadyante jati dharmaha kula dharmascha shashvataha. So according to Arjuna, these are all the doshas, the defects. Etaihi doshaihi. Who committed these defects? Who committed this crime? There are two words are used here. Varna Sankara Karakaihi. These people brought about the Varna Sankara, perpetrators of the Varna Sankara. If you opt for the battle, if we go for the battle and kill the people, we will become the perpetrators and we will become the criminals of bringing out destruction of the society. That is the meaning. I have already explained what is Varna Sankara. So Varna Sankara Karakaihi, those who are responsible for this Varna Sankara, and they are the destroyers of the Kula also, families also, the communities also. They are one and the same. They are not the different people. Those who are responsible of Varna Sankara are also responsible for the Kula, destruction of the Kulagna. So these two epithets, qualification, direct to or addressed to single set of people, Kulagnanam and the Varna Sankara Karakaihi. And they have committed a great sin. Sins, not only one sin, they have committed several sins. All the sins, the defects of their action have already been listed in the earlier shlokas. Doshaihi etaihi kulagnanam varna sankara karakaihi. And well, what happens? Due to this, shashvataha kula dharmaha jati dharmaha utsadyante. Everything gets uprooted. There cannot be any revival also. When you uproot a tree, there is no chance the tree will again grow or live because the roots are uprooted. Here the word used is very important. Utsadyante means uprooted. What are uprooted? Two kinds of dharmas are uprooted. I have already mentioned it. One is the law pertaining to the whole community is called the Jati Dharma, or law pertaining to a class of people. For example, the Kshatriyas, there are set of laws, the rules they have to follow. It is called the Jati Dharma. And also there are set of rules, and also there are some observances and the duties a family members have to do. That is what is called Kula Dharma. Both Kula Dharma and the Jati Dharma, they are eternal nature. Please remember, in the earlier shloka, Sanatanaha word is used. Just we have read it, Sanatanaha. Sanatanaha Kula Dharmaha in the verse number 40th. But here Arjuna says, they are Shashvataha, because Veda is eternal, the laws given by the Vedas are also eternal. So these eternal, Jati Dharmas are eternal, Kula Dharmas are eternal. Jati Dharma means observances, rights and duties and the laws pertaining to the whole community, like Kshatriya, Brahmana, Vaishya and Shudra, and different communities involving a great society or a country. And the Kula Dharma means the dharma or the observances one has to do within the family, as a family member. Both are eternal because they are prescribed none other than the eternal Veda itself. Utsadyante. Both Jati Dharma, Kula Dharma get uprooted. So it is a great defect. So if you ask what will happen when all the dharmas get uprooted, get destroyed, get annihilated, what will happen, O Arjuna? Arjuna says in the next sloka, Utsanna Kula Dharmanam Manushyanam Janardana Narake Niyatam Vasaha Bhavati Ityanushruma. Here also we have to split the words. Utsanna Kula Dharmanam Manushyanam Janardana Narake Niyatam Vasaha Bhavati. We have to stop there. We have to split the words. Iti Anushruma. We have heard from our ancestors. There are smrutis, the lawgivers like Brihaspati, Manu and Vasishta, they have all written smrutis. The laws pertain, they are called smrutis. The laws pertaining to that age and the community, we have heard from them. What you have heard from your ancestors? Those Utsanna Kula Dharma, when the Kula Dharmas are get destroyed. Here only Kula Dharma is mentioned. In the earlier shloka, both Kula Dharma and Jati Dharma, both are mentioned. Here only Kula Dharma is mentioned. Though it is so, we have to understand the Jati Dharma also. The Jati Dharma, Kula Dharma, the laws pertaining to family, pertaining to the communities, when they are uprooted, Manushyanam, Manushyanam means of the human beings, Manushya Utsanna Kuladharmanam Manushyanam. For men, those people in whose communities the Jati Dharma and Kula Dharma both are uprooted. And what will happen? These people have no other way to go to the eternal hell. Narake niyatam vasaha, Arjuna says. Niyata means always, irregularly. So there is no escape from that. Niyatam vasaha bhavati. Definitely. Or niyata is also definitely, in a sure. They will definitely go. Indeed they will go. There is no other way for them. That means we wage a war here and the consequence will be terrible. The consequence will fall upon the thousands of people and they will be deprived of their dharma, family duties, the duties of the community, and they all have to go to the eternal hell because of the sin. Because of the sin they are committed. What is the sin here? Not observing the rules of the dharma. Dharma means which is instructed by the Vedas. That is what we have heard from our ancestors. So this war battle which is involving thousands of people, sure, thousands of people from either side are going to die, will bring about catastrophe in the society. Not only in the catastrophe in the society, it is a social evil, but in individual life also, one will be deprived of the dharma, one will become corrupt, even the women will become corrupt, and Naraka is a sure destiny for all of them. This is the argument of Arjuna. Then, if we ask, then why have you come here? Why you did not think of it? You have enough time to think of all these things before coming to this battlefield. Now you are thinking of all these evils and all this and expressing your sentiments here. And why you have resolved to come here? Arjuna confesses, yeah, it is a great blunder on my part. He doesn't say on my part, he says on our part. It is a great blunder. We have resolved to wage the war. That very resolve, we have not yet gone to the war. We have not shot a single arrow. We have not killed a single person. Yet, the very resolve, the very commitment, very decision that we are going to war is something which we have, which will incur sin. So Arjuna's ideas, you see, he is going from low to low to low to low. He has become completely despondent. All along he is arguing war is a crime. If I go to war is a crime, that I am not going to do it. But now he says, I have already committed a crime. I have already done a mistake. I am a sinful person. Why? Because we have made a decision to war and have come to this battlefield, Kurukshetra. So we really have done great mistakes. That's what this sentiment is conveyed in the next sutra, next sloka. Aho bata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yadrajya sukha lobhena hantum swajana mudyataha. Aho, alas, what a tragedy, what a great mistake we are going to do, or we have already done. Not we are going to do or we are going to commit. We have already done that mistake. Hare Arjuna, what mistake you have done? You have not done anything. No, I have already done a mistake. Aho, mahat papam vayam kartum vyavasitaha. We have already resolved to commit a great crime. Just by resolving, by resolution in your mind, have you committed the crime? Yes. The very resolve, very decision, it is a wrong thing we have done. Why? Yadrajya sukhalobena hantum swajana mudyataha. By that resolve or the commitment or the decision, we are going to hantum, kill, destroy. Whom? Our own people, swajanam. Swajanam hantum, not strangers, not people from far off countries. Hare, we are going to kill our own people, our own relatives, our own fathers, our own friends, our own sons, our own uncles. Swajanam. Why? For the sake of Rajya and Sukha. For the sake of kingdom and the happiness or the enjoyment we get out of it. We have developed a greediness for that, lobha. That greediness in us prompted us to take a resolve to fight the war. Greediness for Rajya and the Sukha. This is very interestingly. The same blame was put on to the Dhritarashtra by Arjuna some verses back. He gives the reason why they are ready to fight. What Arjuna said, Arjuna said, Lobhopahata chetasaha, because they are afflicted, they are filled with the greediness for Rajya and Sukha, etc. Now he says, we are also in the same pedestal as they are. We are equally sinful as they are. They are sinners because they are ready to fight. They are ready to kill their own people, their kith and kin for the sake of kingdom and the pleasures and all that. What is the difference between Dhatra Rashtras and we people? We are all on the same realm, same pedestal. We are also equally sinners because the greediness for the Rajya, the kingdom and the pleasure have prompted us to take a resolve. We have not yet gone to war, but that very resolve, very decision we have made to go for war itself is a sinful thing, according to Arjuna. Then, what are you going to do now? You may not wage the war, you may not fight, you may not kill other people, you may keep yourself aloof from all these things. Do you think Bhima will keep quiet? Other people will keep quiet? There are many hundreds of warriors who are standing here. They all know they have to kill others, kill their own relatives, kill their own friends, and they are going to do that. They are very eager to do that. They are ready to do that. Within fraction of minute or fraction of second, the war will start. Whether you are in or out. In spite of you, they are going to kill in the battle. There will be massacre. There will be slaughter of bodies. You cannot stop it, O Arjuna. Then what will be the Arjuna's answer? So this 46th sloka will be the Arjuna's answer. Yadi mam apratikaram ashasram shastrapanayaha dhatra rashtraha rane hanyoho tanme kshemataram bhavet. So if I cannot stop the war, it is better I should be killed by my enemies. I am going to die. A soldier has to die fighting the war against the enemies. And this fellow, a coward, Arjuna, says, it is better for me, it is good for me if my enemies will kill me. What a low standard. Arjuna has stooped from a great warrior, one of the bravest men in the whole world, whole kingdom, whole country, great archer, to a utterly coward monk, utterly hopeless and helpless person. What he says? Shastrapanayaha dhartra rashtraha. I have given up my bows and the arrows. I am not going to take them up again. And those who are wielding the weapons, Shastrapanayaha, who are they? Dhatra Rashtraha, the people from the enemy side. Dhatra Rashtraha can be understood as the sons and the progeny of the Dhritarashtra, and also those who are on the side of the Duryodhana. So this Dhatra Rashtra word refers to both of them. Those who are fighting for Duryodhana, they are also Dhatra Rashtras. They are all wielding the weapons. They are all ready to kill you. Shastrapanayaha Dhatra Rashtraha. But I will not hold any weapon. Ashastram. Are you not going to resist? Are you not going to fight back? No, I am not going to fight back. So you have to understand, ashastram apratikaram. I am not going to take any revenge. I am not going to fight back. I am not going to hold any weapon. Then what they will do? They will kill you. Yes. Hanyuhu rane yadi hanyuhu. If they kill me, tanme kshemataram bhavet. It is far better than me. It is far better for me to be killed by the wielders of the weapon, the enemies, me who am not holding any weapons, not armed with any weapons, without arms, and also who is not going to resist even slightly. I will not just hold my fingers also, lift my finger also in protest. No protest. I will get myself killed. This is my resolve. This is the condition of Arjuna. How can we connect all these utterances of Arjuna, his despondency, his helplessness, his physical weakness, mental weakness, and spiritual lacuna? He did not see any spiritual meaning in the war. He has lost sight of the ethical relevance or the ethical significance of the war. Let alone, he has not even bothered about his duty as a soldier, Kshatriya. He has simply forgotten everything. That is the trouble. That is the problem many of us are facing in our homes, when we are dealing with others in our family and also in the society. We just forget, we just don't care, and we fall into misery, eternal problems, problem after problems, because we don't hold on to the laws, Dharma, eternal laws, ethical laws, social laws, spiritual principles. If we hold on to the highest law, higher laws and higher principles of life, this condition will not come at all. That is a great lesson. So the last verse of the first chapter, Sanjaya Uvacha, we know that Sanjaya is reporting to Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya has been given a divine eyes by Vyasa himself to see the war and report to Dhritarashtra. And Sanjaya is reporting to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is very, very happy. Oh, Arjuna is not going to war. Then the whole Pandava army will not fight. Then the kingdom will belong to my sons. So happy. Still he is a blind fellow now. His mind is also blind. His intellect also is blind. Everything is blinded. Dhritarashtra represents not only physical blindness. Dhritarashtra represents moral culpability, moral corrupted mind. He is blind in every way. He is so happy. Sanjaya Uvacha. Eva muktva Arjuna sankhe rathopasta upavishat visrujya sasharam chapam shoka samvigra manasah. Arjuna eva muktva. So we have heard enough of all his prattlings, twigglings, all crying like a weeping, like a baby of Arjuna. Eva muktva Arjuna sankhe, in the battlefield. Sankhe here means in the battle or the battlefield, because battle has not yet started. Ratopasta upavishat. When he came into the war, into the battlefield, he was standing. He was full of excitement. He was full of enthusiasm. I am going to fight with my enemies. That kind of zeal was there. Now all have gone down, evaporated. Now he sat down on the Ratha itself. Mind you, not on the ground. There are some photos of the picture which show Arjuna sitting on the ground. No, Arjuna did not sit on the ground. Ratopasta. There must be a sitting place. There is a standing place. There must be sitting place also in the Ratha. He sat in the Ratha itself. The sitting itself is a sign of his submission. I am not going to fight. Let the enemies take over. Let enemies kill me. I am not going to war. Ratopasta upashitat. Visrujya sasharam chapam. He gave up his bow. If he has to give up his bow, he has to give up the sharas, the bows, the arrows also. He gave up both of them. Actually, Visrujya chapam. Chapa means bow, along with the arrows. That is what is mentioned here. Visrujya chapam. Why he has to give up the bows and the arrows? Shoka samvigna manasaha. He is afflicted with the great misery. His mind is afflicted, mind is troubled by the misery, sorrow. Let us place ourselves in the Arjuna's position, because we also have to face lot of problems. Arjuna faced a problem of lifetime, and we also facing similar problems, similar crisis in our life, day in and day out. What is the solution? The solution to this great problem Krishna gives, not in this chapter, in the next chapter. Iti Srimad Bhagavadgitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnarjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishado Yogo Nama Prathamodhyaya. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishnarpanamastu.